Let's bring Pa'ele Kiakona into the conversation, who lives 8 miles north of Lahaina. He grew up in that town, and he helped evacuate his grandmother just minutes before her house in Lahaina burned down. Thank you so much for joining us in what we can only imagine has just been an incredibly challenging, to say the least, last 9 days. Walk us through that initial evacuation.
So initially, I live, as you said, a little ways away from Lahaina town. And I received a phone call from a family member saying that Lahaina was on fire. So first thing I thought of, I wasn't even expecting that it would make its way to where it did. My focus changed from my material things like my boat. And the next thing I was thinking was to save lives. So my grandmother was in her home, and the first thing I thought was, I need to get to her, obviously. So I was stuck in traffic and I couldn't make it to my grandmother's house. And knowing that there was no power, I couldn't contact her. So luckily, one of my friends was fleeing from the fire. So I took their bicycle from them and I rode about 3 miles into town just to go and warn my grandma and save her, help her pack up her things and get her into her home. But yeah, the initial evacuation was just pure chaos.
Do you know, we know that there's still about 1,000 people who are missing or unaccounted for. Do you know any of those people?
I do. Some of them are family members, and they are still accounted for. I know that they are slowly sifting through what is left of Lahaina to find those people who have been missing. I do have friends, very close family friends, who have lost parents. And I mean, it is tragic for us here.
Mm-hmm. There's been concern now that the historic community of Lahaina will be sold off to developers. Governor Green says that he will announce a moratorium on land transactions. Are you concerned for your hometown? I mean, obviously, you're bigger concerns with the people who have been lost. But is there a thought yet that you're talking about or thinking about the recovery operation of the land and the buildings and what life was like once in Lahaina, and that will potentially be lost?
Yes, that is. As the fires were burning, I was already concerned about that. As a Native Hawaiian, a lot of us were displaced. The vast majority of the population in Lahaina, especially, a lot of them are not Native Hawaiian because they were priced out of their land. So we already struggle day to day, all of us. A lot of us are forced to work 2, 3 jobs just to make ends meet. And now this happened. And we already know, I can already see it. People are already planning on relocating. And it is a major concern for us because we love our place. We eat, live, and breathe this place, and we don't want to be displaced any more than we already have been. And we're just urging our state officials to come in and speak with us community members, especially the community leaders, in how we can assure and make sure that we are not priced out of our home. It's been generations of us being priced out, kicked out, pretty much moved out, and that is my greatest fear. And I just don't want my people to give up.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of people, we've been talking about the spirit of aloha and family, and I am curious what it's been like to see your community come together.
Seeing everybody, the way that people have acted so selflessly, and they are giving their hard-earned money just to get us by, just to give us our supplies, food and water and clothing. People have been donating money, and it's a sight to see. And when people think of aloha, they say it's love, it's respect, and all of this. But when you break down the word aloha, alo in Hawaiian is your face. Ha is that breath that we take in together. So if you've ever seen Hawaiians greet one another, we put our foreheads together, we touch noses, and we breathe in at the same time. And that is what aloha is. It's that essence of being alive in that moment and having that common ground and that connection between the two, knowing that we are living in that space together. And all I've seen lately is just pure aloha, that essence itself. And we would probably be starving, parched, if the aloha from our community wasn't prevalent.
Pa'ele, we thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, and I hope that you know that our thoughts are with you and your entire community tonight. We're wishing you all the best and as speedy and successful a recovery as possible.
Of course, thank you. And you folks have a beautiful rest of your day.
You too.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.